I'm guessing he wears a hat. They're normally quite old, and sometimes in a wheelchair.
Well, old is one thing, and it's like has battle scars or something.
No.
Yeah.
They're old.
So what does old people do?
From World War I, you probably see them indoors telling their stories.
If someone said, you know, took a snapshot of my life now and then showed it to me a year ago, I'd think, whoa, that's pretty amazing, you know? I really would. I'd probably think that was amazing. It's literally a year. I think a year on Saturday that I left properly. My business has been going 5 months, 6 months. Yeah, it's come a massive way, and I've worked really hard to come where I am now. But it's definitely been worth it. The motivation and drive I have is not something that you can kind of get just from a normal job or university, I don't think. I think that's something that the Army's definitely given me, which is, excellent, I think. The other thing is maturity as well. I grew up a lot more quicker than my friends, matured a lot more quicker. And I think that was, why I started this so early, started my business up so early. I think that was a real big thing why I started it up. When you mix with, complete different culture where there's a language barrier in that and you're trying to get through that, taking a step back and thinking about when I'm doing business here, I kind of put myself in that situation. Just like negotiating or, selling your business idea and getting finance, lots of different ways, I think, in business where that helped me. When I left the Blues and Royals, my colonel, he said to me, if you ever need any help, the association is there always for you. And, if you ever do well, think about it. And I really took that on board. I really took that on board. And I've always said to, my partner and everyone else, that if I do really well in this business, I will give a lot back to my regiment. And I'll give a lot to the Prince's Trust and things like that, just to give people the opportunity that I've had, for such a young age, just to give people that help.
About 74. No. About 60. 50.
It depends what it is. Because if it's a car, it might be rusty, but if it's a person, they might have wrinkles.
Get! You little monkey!
RAF has been brilliant because that's what it does for you. It organises you. Up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You lie in bed and you think, oh, I could lay here until 7, but your head's going, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, because that's what you're used to, and you don't lie in bed until 7 because you're used to getting up and doing. When I was 6 months pregnant with my son Oliver, we'd actually taken my daughter to America, and I suffered with backache, so I went into the swimming pool and I thought that would help, and it didn't. So Darby had left a big beach ball by the side of the pool, and I let some of the air out and put it inside my swimming costume, and eureka. Because I invented the product, and that's the reason why I invented it, that's why I'm passionate, that's why people listen, because I have a story to tell as well as a product. My birth experience was very scary, 3 million to 1 chance that I'm sat here today. When I came out of the operation, the doctor said to me, if it hadn't been for you being so fit during the RAF and all those, the fitness I'd done, I wouldn't be here today. So it gave me a second chance to show women that, you have to stay fit in your pregnancy because of complications that could happen. So that's what I want to do. I want to make the product available to everybody to give them that chance of being able to stay fit during their pregnancy. You get so down, you think, oh, what have I done? Oh, I've bitten off more than I can chew. Oh, God, I've brought up my family. My house is on the market because it's like, funding and money. And I was like, what have I done? And then I think, like yesterday when I had a real good day, I think, yes, it's worth it. Keep going, girl, keep going, you'll do it. Hello? It is speaking. That's Dragon's Den.
What's that?
They want me on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
You retire and become an old man and start reading magazines.
Maybe they wouldn't
do something like with fighting in it, they would do something much calmer.
Actually, you can earn quite a bit from paper roundry. You might become a hairdresser.
I've always, always been on the beach, taught to swim by getting thrown off a boat, really. I've dived since about 1988, so I've been diving and I've been on a lifeboat, for Ilfracombe lifeboat, for the last 10 years. What I took from the Navy really most is discipline and looking after myself. Seamanship I use now in my hobbies and things, running the boats with the dive club and also with the lifeboat. It's just part of me, I suppose. Just get on and do it. I get a buzz from it. It's when the bleepers go off and I run it through the town and by the time I get down here, the adrenaline's going and I also need a bit of oxygen because I'm puffing like anything. When you do bring someone back, they can be pretty poorly when you go out to get some people, and you bring them alongside and you find out about 3 or 4 days later that they're fit. That is great. You're running with a bunch of blokes that you can trust, like you would in the Navy, and it's that I suppose being belonging, I suppose, maybe, or just wearing another uniform, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
What makes them?
They're not.
Why aren't they?
Because they're getting out the army, which means they're not helping their team to win, so they're not brave.
They are brave because they've risked their life for Britain.
Yeah, but then they're just escaping.
They're not, they could be wounded.
Well, if they were, then that would be an excuse.
I went into teaching after a period of time in the electricity industry because I've been interested in transferring skills and helping young people, and in fact I love talking to young people because they got so much that's worth listening to. The children responded to me, I think, because I was able to talk to them about things other than things that happened in the classroom. All my experiences, especially in the Faroe Islands and Iceland, made me realise what a beautiful place the world is. And it made me realise that you must walk around with your eyes open and not closed. Look to the horizon and see as much as you can, and don't be self-centred and look into the corner all the time. What makes me proud is being recognised in the street by pupils that I taught many years ago who, in spite of the fact that I might have chastised them, they come up to me and welcome me and thank me for what I did and helping them to be what they are. And when I see them, I get immense pleasure from realising that how they've turned out, I've made a small contribution of some sort towards the way they are, and this is wonderful reward. Wonderful experience, wonderful privilege, and indeed it was a privilege not only to serve my king and country when they needed me, although I didn't do it all on my own, but it was, well, the whole thing was a good life-shaping experience.
Having served in the Royal Navy myself for nearly 34 years, I'm delighted to be able to support and promote Veterans Day. This is an opportunity for us as a nation to celebrate the contribution made by all those who've served in the armed forces or those in the Merchant Navy and Fishing Fleet who've served in support of military operations. The Ministry of Defence is actively encouraging local events to be held around the country to celebrate Veterans Day. And while the actual date is June the 27th, events can be held up to a couple of months either side of that date. There are several key messages that need to be conveyed during Veterans Day events. The first is to portray the diversity of veterans. Many people think they're just World War II survivors, but they can be of any age, male or female, and they can be found in a wide range of occupations. The second message is that veterans are special, not just because of the service they've given to the country during their time with the armed forces, but because of the contribution they can now make by transferring the skills they've learned in service to their community and to the working lives of others. Finally, it's important to publicise the support and advice available to veterans through the Ministry of Defence, ex-service organisations, charities or the voluntary sector. The central point of contact for all this advice is on the free Veterans Agency helpline. To help you plan events to celebrate Veterans Day, advice is available on the Veterans Agency website, where there is also a continually updated calendar of events being held across the UK. Funding assistance is also available for events. The scale of the proposed event is not important when attracting funding, but they should include the three key messages you've heard earlier. Events that include intergenerational education or the Armed Forces Veterans Badge presentation ceremony are most likely to attract help with funding. To get further advice on funding, including application forms, contact the Veterans Agency via their website or the Veterans Policy Unit. As you've seen, many thousands of people enjoyed Veterans Day and gained by meeting local veterans and others within their community. I hope that you will feel inspired to support the next Veterans Day in any way you can, whether as an organiser or as a participant in your local event.